Hey guys, this is Rob Spalding. I'm with the Rowdy Radio Network, and today I'm sitting here with Jacoby Davis, owner of Go Hard Productions.
How you doing?
Good to see you, man.
All right.
So let's start with what is Go Hard Productions?
Go Hard Productions is a health and fitness business that I have. It's been going since 2005. It's just kind of like growing as we go along, which is awesome.
Personal training.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I started off as a personal training business. Well, I'm still in the business of personal training. It's been about 20 years now.
Nice.
Yeah. Actually, last month is when I hit my 20-year mark for personal training.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I started off as a personal training business. I've been training clients for a long time, man. So, yeah.
But Go Hard Productions is more than just personal training.
Exactly. Now, one thing about me, I like things to expand to a point where it can reach all people. Mm-hmm. Personal training was just one outlet. It started bleeding off into our apparel line.
Okay.
Go Hard Apparel, where we have fitness apparel, exercise and fitness. So it kind of gears towards the people who are more active. And so we try to find comfortable clothes, very, I would say pretty comfortable, affordable clothes for people who are very active in their life.
Nice. So staying on the apparel side, mm-hmm. It's going to be moisture wicking, kind of the stuff that would. Mm-hmm. So based on your body type, everything's not cut for an athlete necessarily.
That's for all. Yeah, it's for all good people. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, some of us don't do well in an athletic cut. Great. So what is what motivated you to start Go Hard?
Actually, I was traveling to California. I went to, I had a fashion show to do, or not a fashion show, but a modeling gig I had for Calvin Klein.
Nice.
And yeah, it was nice. I went up there and, I didn't make the cut, but I kind of got on the plane coming back home rather, and I kind of started thinking about what it is that I wanted to do, with my company, with my business, as far as my personal training. I mm-hmm. wanted to take it a little further. I just wasn't, satisfied with actually, wearing clothes for other people. So I said, maybe I'll start my own line. That just kind of inspired me to do so by going to that actual gig,
That's excellent.
So, yeah.
So you started personal training, then you started an apparel line, but now you're into some other things like supplements and
we're getting into the Go Hard supplements, Go Hard magazine.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to push that brand out a lot more here in the near future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Do you have, because sometimes it's not one size fits all, but do you target a specific audience with your products or? Not
at all. I don't chase, the customer. I let the customer look after us and start to find us.
Okay.
I just put it out there, whoever gravitates to what we're doing and who's interested, we just kind of cater to them.
So I'm never going to be a Calvin Klein model or a Men's Health cover model, but I could fit in.
Yeah,
what
absolutely.
You're doing. I come to me and you could start fixing all the things that are wrong with me. So
absolutely.
It's kind of open to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
That just you find them where they're at and you move them forward.
Absolutely.
That's excellent. So let's go back to the clothing line. If I wanted to look at the clothing line, where would I go?
I'm all over social media, Instagram, Jacoby Davis 777, and then I'm on Facebook by my name, Jacoby Davis.
Okay.
And GoHard.Productions.
Great, because we're going to go back to that. I want you to give that a couple times because I want people to know where they can find you.
Okay.
So you've said 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So you started this 20 years ago. Was this a personal mission to kind of discover the best Jacoby Davis you could find, or as a personal trainer, were you just kind of looking to how you could help everybody achieve their goals?
I would say honestly, I started off as fun. I just liked training myself, and some others came along, and I kind of just gave them some tips and advice, mm-hmm. Based on what I knew personally.
Right.
And I went into the military, became a firefighter. I was still training some other firefighters in there, and when I actually took it serious is when we lost a family in a fire over in Texas. And so after that, I didn't want to do that anymore. I kind of couldn't take the fact that we were losing lives,
right,
as well as saving them. But I just can't take the fact that I was losing lives in that career field. So I started to switch over to something that was more rewarding for me, which is personal training.
And more positive and helping people achieve their own goals and moving their own lives forward. I think it's really important because a lot of times people, they may not even know they have a goal. Mm-hmm. They just, you have that thing where on New Year's Eve, people, what's your New Year's resolution? To be healthier. And there's no definition there. So you would begin to help them kind of define what a healthier them looks like.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to return to your supplements again. A full line, do you either, because you are a personal trainer, is it a lot of protein, amino acids, that kind of thing? Or are you...
Because we cater to all people, and I train all walks of life. So I kind of listen to my clients. I listen to what it is that's needed in their lives. A lot of people are busy. People lead a lot of busy lives. And so I kind of cater to that client. And so with that regard, what they're needing the most and what they're asking for the most, we tend to tip over and get to that. As far as their, multivitamins, protein shakes, things of that such, things that people are familiar with and that they need the most in their life. I tend to get those type of things for my clients.
What's the one thing that almost everyone's missing?
Supplement wise?
What's the one vitamin or mineral that most people that you think are missing?
Vitamin D.
Yeah.
I see that a lot in females. And of course, 90% of my clients are females anyway.
Okay.
They are missing a lot of vitamin D due to the fact that they have weaker bone structure. They are more prone to osteoporosis than men are. So I try to, encourage protein with women and also vitamins. That's a big thing. They're missing that a lot. So.
Most men were outside a little bit more. Vitamin D is a sunshine vitamin, and our bodies produce it. But as we get older, our bodies produce it less often. But also, statistically speaking, unless a woman is a sun worshiper, spends a lot of time intentionally in the sun, they don't get as much exposure, right?
No. And the thing is, they lose it a lot quicker. They lose a lot more of it over time. Yeah, I would say about 5% of their bone density is gone in the first 6-7 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then having babies and things like that tend to erode those things as well. Yeah. That's awesome. I was really looking forward to hearing that answer. Okay, so as a personal trainer, a typical session would look like what? So the first day I show up.
First day you show up. Prior to the first day, I like to do consultations with my clients. I like to sit down and get to know the person. I mean, that's very important because a lot of clients, they don't get the chance to talk to the personal trainer. They like to get right into the session.
Right.
And then they want to get the transformation on real quick, Yeah. But for safety purposes, I like to talk to clients and get to know them.
Right.
Maybe their character is not, or personality rather, is not a match for mine. I have expectations for certain clients too as well.
Sure.
And so I like to sit with them and actually know what exactly they're looking for, what do they want, how long it's going to take, what are they willing to give up in order to get there.
Right.
And then the first day session is when we kind of go in for an assessment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because one thing that could happen, and somebody could have an existing shoulder problem, for example, and if they don't reveal that at some point, you just dive right on into the training part of that, you could exacerbate a problem as opposed to strengthening it.
Absolutely. Safety hazard. I've seen it before.
Okay. So you start with an assessment, kind of going through what are their goals, what are, maybe their weaknesses, some of the things like that for safety purposes. And then the first session, they show up. You've done the assessment, you know what they need. What's that look like?
First session, I like to I eye everything now because I used to be one of those clipboard personal trainers, and we kind of, do everything by paper and everything. But now I tend to have some methods that I, gravitate to that gives me a good idea where the client is for the first 10 minutes, actually.
Right.
So I can tell where this client is first 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops.
Yeah.
And see exactly what I need to do with them.
And start with low weight because they don't always tell you the truth, right?
Right. Yeah, people's egos get in the way.
Right. I can. It's crazy how much I can bench press until I have to actually bench press in front of you, and then right.
It gets heavier when you get in front of me.
Oh, you better believe it. Oh yeah. Well, and a lot of people don't use the same things. They have different, different goals. I think there are, free weights tend to engage your stabilizing muscles and those things. And I think that if you look at over the course of a person's life, obviously those things are just as important as big biceps or a washboard ab.
Absolutely.
So you're working on the training side, but what's the next step? I mean, are we working with the diet as well?
Absolutely. I do diets free. Nutritional plans are free for me.
Okay.
I just believe that the knowledge is out there. Anybody can Google. Anybody can go seek counsel from somewhere else. So I don't find it necessarily personally to charge people for meal preps and all that stuff.
But I think one of the problems is, though, you can Google anything because everyone's an expert, or so they think. The problem is, though, is that there's so many blueprint or just cookie cutter things out there that every 40-year-old woman should be able, and they apply that and then the reality, it's not like that, is it?
No, not at all. I don't believe in sample plans and things like that. It's not a one-size-fit-all type deal, and that's what I spent most of my years doing when I tend to talk to clients, is that everything is custom. Right. That's the whole purpose of my consultations, and actually get to know that person.
Yeah, that's a great service. Yeah. Man, that's got to be your strength right there.
Oh yeah.
So dieting is part. So if you're going to work with somebody and they said, look, I've got a wedding in 3 months and I need to take off X amount of pounds or whatever, where's the biggest bang for that first 90 days?
Actually, I guarantee transformations in 90 days, but it's according to that client. Okay. We get started every day. The day one, we get started with your assessment, and we kind of go from there. Each day counts. Right. We're going to make that mark. Every day counts. Right. So there's no slip ups.
So really, on their part, to meet that 90 days, and I think it's very possible. I mean, personally, I think people can make a lot of progress in 90 days, but boy, they got to follow the rules, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So if they leave the gym and they go directly to McDonald's, it's probably not.
I can look for a larger measuring tape.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so if somebody wanted to get a hold of you, give us that information again, how they would get a hold of you if they wanted to be a client.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Jacoby Davis, Jacobi. I'm also on Instagram under my name as well, and also Go Hard Productions. So look for Go Hard Productions with a Z.
Excellent. Jacoby with an I. Okay, because I think that's important.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm part of a group of people that went through a boot camp or whatever together, went through a Tabata class or whatever, and we wanted to stick together. Do you do a group training or a?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. We do group sessions. Go Hard Flex Camp. That's coming up. We're doing a model boot camp upcoming Sunday. In August 11th, we're doing that. And also we are doing a Go Hard Flex Camp, which is starting in September, actually, September 1st. So, yeah. And that class is mostly with weighted bars. So we're actually toning the body. We're using weights, actually.
Okay, good. Yeah. Do you think, because we all know, I mean, you could starve yourself and lose weight. You can do a lot of high cardio, a lot of cardio minutes or whatever to burn things off. But in the long term, in terms of better health and your body's ability to manage calories and sugar and a lot of those things, is that weight training?
No.
Okay.
No. A lot of people confuse fat loss with weight loss. So they look for, they kind of do any and everything in order to get that weight loss. With what I do and with our classes, I tend to focus in on just your fat loss. We want to keep the tone. We want to keep the body strong. We want to keep the body toned and firm. Right. So we kind of feed the muscle, yet at the same time we burn the fat.
Okay, because there's a fine line there, and that affects how your body. So that's great to hear. That's excellent to hear. So where do you do this at? We're doing this interview today here in the Heartland. In God's country, Indiana. Where do you hold your personal training?
We're mobile. So we go to people's homes, jobs, schools, wherever that client feels comfortable, we go right to them. Excellent. Yep.
So could that be to a fitness center already that maybe doesn't offer personal training and you could meet them there?
Absolutely.
That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah, we bring the equipment, everything. We have everything that person needs.
Okay, I do. I juggle a lot of things myself, and for me, I've got to have a really flexible calendar. What sets you apart? I used a trainer once, and I had met him at a certain place at a certain time and my calendar doesn't always work that way. What sets you apart in terms of that? Because your ability to be on the go, it gives you some flexibility, right?
Right, absolutely.
Okay.
I don't know. I tend to think that everybody's busy. Everybody has a life. and that's why I usually say, you know, behind every one of my posts, GH Lifestyles.
Okay.
Because everybody has a certain lifestyle that we cater to it, you know. And so by sitting down with that person and talking to them about their life, I tend to find out where I fit in at.
Okay.
You know, and it kind of reveals exactly where they're able to let us in at as
Right.
well.
And if they don't seem like they're going to be real compliant to the plan, they may not be a good fit if they're not willing to do the work. And yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So what sets you apart in other ways?
I mean, typically I don't really look at other trainers too often. I mean, we kind of focused on what we're doing. So, I mean, if we end up setting ourselves apart, so be it. You know,
Yeah.
I think that the fact that we more about that client, you know, I really care about my clients. I tend to always just, you know, be attentive to what their needs are.
Right.
You know, so,
Right.
I mean, if that sets me apart from other trainers, that says a lot, you know what I mean?
Just the fact that you don't have a prearranged kind of cookie cutter thing for everybody, I think speaks a lot. It speaks really highly that you're willing to custom develop something that allows them to meet those goals and without risking their health. So you said a minute ago, you could actually set a 90-day plan as a transformation calendar. Some people start at different. We all start somewhere different. So that 90-day transformation could look different, but you are going to see substantial improvements towards their goals in that 90 days. That's awesome. That's great. That's excellent. Do you want to give the address again where people can find you?
Go Hard Productions. That's on Instagram. GoHard.Productions with a Z. Also, Jacoby Davis on Facebook. You can always inbox me. I'm always answering clients' questions and you know, putting up posts for, you know, informational posts for people.
Yeah.
So
that's excellent. Anything else you want everyone to know?
Just be aware, you know, that we're out here and we're trying to help people. You know, health and fitness lifestyle is our business and that's our life. You know, I live this life daily.
Yeah, you do.
So
yeah.
I love it. You know, I'm obsessed with it, so to speak. You know, so I'm always here for the people. You can find me anytime, ask any questions that you need to ask me. I'm always available and I will guarantee I answer for you. If I can't answer it, I'll answer it.
Excellent. Yeah. Yeah. Or you'll find the answer.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Hey, I was really looking forward to this. I was really looking forward to talking to you. So
great.
thanks for coming in,
great.
man. All right. Good luck, man. God bless
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.